So I find myself in the position of Chief Information Officer for the Air Force, which provides a unique vantage point because as the heretofore sort of senior functional in the Air Force responsible for that information technology, it comes together at the same time with trying to operationalize this new domain. And so the work in front of us, I think, has really led us to recognize the critical nature of going after some real transformative changes. And it really runs along 3 lines of effort where I'm concerned. And I'll share those with you, which really defined the 3 lines of effort for not just me, but all of my counterparts. One of the things that I have found notable in my time in this position, and I see it as a great strategic advantage that I would want to leave you to think about anyhow, is that every Chief Information Officer, really every company out there, every commercial entity, any sector, academia, think tanks, government, all agencies, we're all doing the same thing. We all recognize the same problems and we're all working on the exact same things. And I think they come across in these 3 sort of what I would call in the military vernacular lines of effort. The first of which is we need to pay closer attention to securing our infrastructure worldwide. We need to understand our systems interdependencies for what is a very legacy United States military. We need to understand where the vulnerabilities are and to reconstitute and modernize our infrastructure in a way that lowers the security footprint, that actually attempts to use better technologies to automate fixes, that uses current ability as it relates to data analytics and things of that nature that actually help us to secure this big enterprise of ours. So really focused on better information technologies and lowering our cybersecurity footprint. At the same time, we have to understand that this is a growing mission for us, none of which has necessarily been thought through early on, so that many of the people we've brought into the services don't have the requisite skills and aptitudes and experiences that we would hope to have at this point for trying to take on this new mission. And so we're really taking a concerted effort in addressing security in a new way, building out a new mission. And the way that I'm doing that, or the way that we're doing it, and it's similar with all the services, is to the maximum extent possible those things that can be done commercially. We call it the commoditization of information technology, to do things like go to the commercial cloud or to partner with industry to provide certain services for us or use commercial off the shelf in all of these different ways, so that we can repurpose our people and go after this new mission, which is securing and defending our cyber terrain. And so it goes well beyond just our networks. It's involving all of our space-based assets, our nuclear assets, and really all of the air-breathing platforms, which, another way of saying our aircraft, manned and unmanned. And the list just goes on. And it's not unique to the Air Force, it's all of the military services. When I say legacy, I mean stuff that was built before there was a thought of the critical security concerns related to actually having somebody wanting to do us harm by, attacking the data and getting into our networks. And the third area is, it stands to reason that if I don't have the workforce with the requisite skills required, that we have to actually transform that workforce. And so, again, very similar to industry. I haven't met a a peer of mine in any walk of life that isn't working on the same things, trying to take a workforce and to not incrementally change it, but to transform it. In my case, it's a 54,000 person workforce, and it's everything we can think of to try to bring those skills in as rapidly as we can. We're doing unique things in terms of partnering with industry so that we can train people at scale. We're bringing people actually in a very fluid manner in and out of government in a way that we haven't done in the past. And we're really working to try to assess and to develop and to retain people with these skills. And so just a monstrous. So any one of those three lines could be enough to keep me full-time employed, but we have to do all three at the same time. Fortunately, like I said, the advantage to us here is that everybody else is working on it. So many hands makes light work. We work very closely with industry partners and academia in inspiring an innovative approach to some of this. Very often the intellectual capacity, the technologies, the R&D money, that is actually sitting more outside of government than it is in. That may surprise you, maybe not. But the reality is that we are absolutely dependent on partnering, public-private partnerships in a way that is different than we've done in the past.